Because you gotta start somewhere to brand yourself, right? You gotta have it consistent across all your marketing, all your social media, your newsletters, everything. It's gotta be consistent, right? So when you are having it out there to your audience, they keep seeing it and seeing it. You know, it takes 17, 20 times for somebody to really hone in on who you are. So that's what we do, whether we do everything for you, you just hand it over to us, or we do pieces for us. I know we've done several logos to get you all started. If you're a new realtor and you need a logo, we can get it started. If you're a realtor for several years and you're like, you know what, I need a logo refresh, we can do that too. Which leads me to, we're having a special right now. We are offering 20% off our logo services. So if you need a logo or you need a refresh, reach out to me and we can help you with that. Get that started. So yeah, just all real estate marketing, your newsletters, all that good stuff. So that any questions, any comments? I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. We're good? Fantastic. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's it. This is the greatest compliment you can get. You're looking for a compliment from your clientele to give you a referral. And if they say you stink, then you're not doing something right and you need to fix it fast, right?
Absolutely.
And when they say that out loud,
Yeah.
that's the biggest, that's how you see your reverse drinks. Like that was the
Yeah. Phase, marketing aside, you always work with people that you know, like, and trust, right?
That's right.
I am a big communicator, so even if I say something's gonna, let's say I say, you're gonna have it by 2:00 today. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna message you before 2:00 and say, you know what? We ran into this issue. I'm gonna keep you abreast the whole time we are working together. Because I do pride myself on communication. That is one of my big things that I stand by.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, well, I'm not talking about Brian. Brian does a lot of the marketing, promotional stuff. Let's make sure I'm trying to find the words. I'm like, printing. That's the word I'm looking for. So when you do that, and he said, give me a 24-hour turnaround, and he turns around in 2 hours, you're under promising and over delivering instead of over delivering and, or excuse me, under promising. Which I don't know how it goes.
Yeah.
You know how it goes, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I'm never gonna go MIA on you.
You got one show.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's part of, being, having that integrity too. And
Integrity, legacy, once you mess that up,
yeah,
you can never regain.
yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
right.
there you go. Well, I appreciate you.
Yes, I am raffling off a bottle of rosé, Prosecco rosé. So,
What is that raffle for?
it is just, to raffle off, and put your business card in here and I'm gonna raffle that off.
So why are you getting a business card? And I love you, you're here all the time.
Oh, yeah. So, please, let's do it.
Why is
So I'm getting your business card so I can keep in touch with you. Okay.
Okay, was that called a database? That's all they do.
Yes. So I will put you in my database, but I'm never gonna spam you. Okay, I do send out every Tuesday at 9:15. If you haven't gotten it already, if you're in my database, every Tuesday at 9:15, I send out a 1-minute read business tip.
Yeah,
Help you grow your
you
business.
give value. It's not about your
Yes.
company, it's value
Yes,
to someone.
Yes.
All I'm wanting if I do is come look what you're doing.
Yep.
And then take their business and do
Yes.
it. Because there's two things. So any of us are coming Friday and they're doing the 36 touch. You apply that, and then Brian's here yesterday doing what he does with his print materials. Those two things merged. There's no reason to be with Zillow or any aggregator who says they're leads. I promise you that. We've been doing it long enough.
Yep.
Congratulations. I'm sorry she's a little late, but we all want to we all saw her post on Facebook putting a new sign in the yard. Look, it's got. If you didn't see it, that means you're not thinking of saying it. Me too. Your AI means.
there you go. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. And then at the end of the week, I'm sure you see it. I appreciate Nikki for putting my social media calendar. That's me that you see in your weekly newsletter. So if you don't want a paper copy, at the end of every month, I send it out for free, because it is free, it's valuable, it's valuable.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna pass this around, put your card in. So you wanna pick it up.
You better remind me at the end of the.
I will.
Meeting.
Take the paper copy, y'all. Take the paper.
Sorry. Brian does make them for me, he prints them for me.
Oh, that's interesting. That sounds like a win-win, you print together.
Yes. Yeah, so, but I will say, they're never there. When I go to put them, they're always gone, at North Atlanta and here, they're always gone.
It's a
So I
great
appreciate
town.
it. It is, thank you,
Yeah.
and the printing is
So
fantastic.
here's what I'm now. We're gonna go through was I need those two seats filled by the end of the day. That's kind of like disruption in my world. Right here. So who wants to come sit right here? I would love if somebody come sit here. There's my man right there. Pass his real estate exam. So I had the greatest, I'm gonna tell you something good. We're gonna talk about that real quick. So I had someone walk in my office. His name is Mike Pappas yesterday. And I love Mike. Matter of fact, you love him. I mean, he's just an awesome individual. He goes, what do I gotta do around here to be on top? I did 1.6 million last month. And I'm not even in the top 20. I said, what kind of fish you wanna be? You wanna be in a small bowl? Or you wanna be in a big bowl? Big bowls, you make $48,000. And you know it wasn't enough to be in the top 20. So you gotta do more, right? 2 million. He says, oh, Mike, he's back there. Sorry. But what a great conversation though. It really inspired me because he's like, how do I get in the top 20? 1.6? Yeah, I told him the whole. Who in business what matters and who is the competition around you. So I won't like to stay in a big fish bowl, you get bigger, so that what happens when he makes more money. I even did the math on 1.6, that is $48,000.
I mean, I'm happy about it because it pissed me off. Like it did. I mean, it sounds bad, but like, you know, it used to be, I hate to say it, but like it used to be a lot easier to get in the top 20 and now it's a lot harder.
Oh, we used to have those conversations, right? And the rooms have changed. I mean, Reese Morgan, I mean, I see him in there, I see him, the faces in here. They're in that, right? I love it. And what I want to challenge everybody, if you're not in it, conversations with these, what are you doing? Who do you have in your circle that's helping you grow? What are the materials? Do they have? Right. Man, I'm big on it. I'm big on this guy right here. So that's what I want to challenge over this morning. That is actually tell me something good. I'm about to give away, like we did $1 million last month, and it's crazy. I told you we sold 222 units last month. That's crazy. That's phenomenal. So what is the narrative that's being said when I'm selling real estate? Well, y'all, especially this office and you guys in particular. Somebody else tell me something good. And Sam counts, but he doesn't, because he's just gonna help me because he knows what team leaders like when you like sitting here with two heads. Go ahead.
No, I got something really exciting to share.
Sell it.
So, time flies, right? Especially the last couple of years of COVID. Today marks the 4th anniversary of me picking up all of my craft, including my family, moving 600 miles away to join y'all here in Florida.
Yeah. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
You know, moving your family and then planning, and we're blessed to have it. Like, so he said,
Believe me, I'm blessed to be here. Yeah.
I've asked him, so if you ever come to me about technology and you say, I don't have this, I'm like, that's not true, because Sam, I've asked him to stop emailing me. And hopefully that's gonna stop really soon, every day of who he talks to, because I don't need it. All I need to do is you're happy with the technology that you have, right? He's doing what we asked him to do. And so if your command, like I got, so Keller Williams changed command from me. And last month caught me, like he shut it off and uh-oh, I don't have everything in there. So I learned, and he's helping me grow as well inside of Keller command, because that's not in my 20%. But it needs to be, right? The technology. All right, so somebody else tell me something good. Thank you. We will use that one. That is a good one. And congratulations. We love having you and Lucy. All right, somebody else. Gusto, my man been gone for a month. Y'all been wondering who can tell me without you telling me, where's Gusto been?
Europe.
Yeah, Malaysia, is it? Yeah, Europe, yeah. Did y'all, did anybody see that?
Yeah.
Oh, right. You're living your best life. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I was there for 4 weeks and I actually had a closing while I was there and my mind got exposed to leverage, not being there and just the next level up really hit me while I was in Europe. So closed that and it was great connecting with family again and everyone out there. It was amazing. I recommend everyone visit Europe. It's must see. It's a must see.
One thing is must see that you're living your best life. And you're doing the things business wise, so you can do that. Took a month. Who in here is taking a month away from their business? Raise your hand.
Potentially.
On purpose.
It's scary thought. It's scary thought.
Yeah.
For a month, walk away from your business for a month.
Had a deal with.
Good. I would absolutely have a heart attack. I would be, first of all, yeah, I'm scared. I don't know. I might try. Listen. So that is awesome. Congratulations. And the fact that you had a closing while you were doing that means you were making money, right? To fund your trip.
Exactly.
Money's to fund what we want. All right, one more. Thank you for that. Welcome back to a Missing Your Face.
Thank you.
Amy.
So I wanted to piggyback off of what you just said about our team meeting. I said Jen just did $3 million last month herself and she only ranked like number 17. So I said the competition is getting.
That's right. It's stiff. We paid out over $2 million in GCI last month. Yeah, that's good, by the way.
And today's my anniversary.
One more, who's on my Facebook? I shared a post. Anybody? I'm not that important. Yeah, I know there was a bunch, right? But one that really, like, I love the fun party stuff, but what was one that really like, was it? Michael 2 years ago got a lifetime. Yeah. And yeah. Several times. That's the exam. Now you won't, I won't share the number.
Didn't have to say that.
Does it really matter now? You average 2-3 courses a month,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. So none of that matters. Remember, next time you go to the doctor, don't ask him what he made on the exam. Because it really don't matter. You want to make sure that he works on you and you don't have to scar this wall, right? Let's just make sure of that. Okay, so congratulations. All right, one more and I'm out. Not out like out, but I'm moving on. Yes, ma'am.
Had a chance to be up late this weekend, this Saturday, and share a happy birthday with a friend who was surrounded by other friends, which was fabulous. And then went up to Juliana's latest flip in Beaufort in Hall County. And it was amazing. Great energy, great people, really fabulous work done. And she's done a really good job of marketing what she's doing. Has anybody else seen? Did anybody else see that?
I love that. Thank you. And thank you for going and supporting. It's all about supporting one another. You know, I tell you all that in real estate, if you become a jerk and you're doing jerk things out there, you will be known as the jerk. And you don't want to do business with you. You know, a lot of times, a lot of you, if you have XYZ Realty and you have a Keller Williams agent offers the same, who are you going with? Be honest. You will influence the decision to work with the Keller Williams agent. You think you pretty much know typically the culture, God, family, and then business happens. And you also know that they're probably dealing with a lender, in-house lender like we have with Matt and Hunter and Renee, that you're going to get to the closing table. And that matters. That matters. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move forward. T, Bob, y'all come in, man. I gotta fill these seats. Y'all making me. I feel like I want every seat full in this house. All right? Y'all come on. All right, let's go. Maybe I can break. Y'all come on. You wanna-
Yeah.
Same old stuff. I know you've been back. But today is right. Yes. Maybe back.
glad to be back. It was good to be home with the little one who's 3 months old now, but it's really good to be back to see everybody. And you for the warm welcome.
Yes, first time you've been with us not pregnant.
Yeah. Weeks ago, when I was still on maternity leave, so I did staff got to meet him. Allison, Marion got to meet him, but I'll bring him by and let y'all know when I do that.
I got to hold him.
So did I.
Yeah.
Did you not?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what he did to me, but. We're about to have, tell us something good in the attorney realm of things of what's going on.
So yesterday, and it's fun getting back into the closings too. So I went to our Alpharetta office, did some closings yesterday in the afternoon. But just kind of wanted to remind y'all for closings for your seller, when they're getting their proceeds, go to the owner of record. So this one yesterday, for example, the owner was an individual and he was trying to wire the proceeds to this LLC. We can't do that. It's got to go to the owner of record. So just kind of keep that in mind. Talk to your sellers if you know that they're wanting a wire for their proceeds, which most people will. Just remind them that it's got to go to whoever the owner is. So whether that's an estate, a trust, an LLC, or an individual, it's got to go to that person. He then tried to ask if he could have a line item on the settlement statement going to his LLC. Can't do that either. It's got to be any kind of payoff that we're doing. It's got to be something that's listed on title, whether it's a lien or something else that's of record. So we can wire something like that, and then the remaining proceeds go to the owner, but otherwise just keep that in mind, because we don't want to have that conversation at the closing table. If we don't have to, we will. But we'd rather have just a smooth closing for y'all. So just keep that in mind. And I know Emily's going to talk about some upcoming things that we have with that too.
Events. Remember, we like to drink and eat.
We got food, and you already mentioned it. This Friday, Andy and Leslie are teaching a 3-hour CE class on 36 Touch. We're sponsoring lunch, so come for some great content and then stay for some great food. That's from 9 to 12 this Friday. And then more fun, Thursday, the 22nd, which is not this Thursday, the next, is the Agent Bowling Happy Hour with Oak Insurance, Ocala, Shelter, and All Atlanta, and then us as well. So that's on the 22nd. Make sure to register so that we have the right amount of lanes. We'll see you there.
Yeah, the one class I tell everybody, like, if you're gonna do anything in the real estate world, what controlled how you've been able to be successful as an individual and then watching your team grow? It's a 36 Touch. I think Matt Meek just did a client appreciation. Yeah, you didn't talk about it, but we'll talk about it when they sit down. But yeah, I think that's fantastic, right? Thanks for sponsoring that. Welcome home, welcome back. Matt Meek. Y'all come by my office and tell me something good every single day. Then we stand here and tell me something good, and I have 3 heads over here. You're going, oh, I'm not gonna speak. Tell us a little bit. It's very important to, have you ever done one before?
My first one.
It was your first one. I know you're nervous right now, but tell us what that, because that is what it's all about.
It was great. We had about a little bit shy of 50 people come.
Wait a second, don't stand up. Come here. And this is very important. This is why you quit coming to my team meetings, by the way, because you embarrass the heck out of me. But this is, the growth of him has been phenomenal.
Thank you.
And this is unplanned. He had no idea, but he wore pants, so I'll put him up here today. So tell us about the event. 50 people, that's 50 opportunities. And I need y'all to understand, every person knows at least 100 people. I don't care if they live under a rock. They know 100. So how many people came to his event?
50.
No, every person knows 100.
105,000.
5,000, is it 5,000?
Yeah.
To be transparent, there's probably about 10 kids, so.
Do they want
And they all know people.
Hey, anybody have their son or daughter? Y'all know how many people in the audience right now? They went to school, my son.
Oh,
There's
gosh.
or know him through
There's
school
gotta be
or
8 or
through
10.
other friends. Y'all know that, right? So your friends, if you encourage them, they will tell their teachers. And you say, hey, I'll give you a brand new pair of Nike Jordans Airs for $500. If your teacher buys them me, I'm going to my teacher. We used to have the same thing. Every lead that he gave me, he got something and so did Mallory. So don't be fooled by kids.
They're your best.
People like kids more than they do you.
Yep.
Don't be fooled by that. If you want popularity on Facebook, post your kids.
They're like.
They're better, they like them better than you. No offense. I know too. So,
I think I'm reading one.
5,000, okay, so I'll take your 5,000 and I'll just say, okay, for you, 2,500 people you just impacted.
I did get a referral from you.
What did the event cost you?
About 11 to 1,200, I think closer to 1,200.
$1,200. You got a referral, how much? What's the sale price? 5, so that's 15 grand minus 1,200, is that $38,000? No, 38.
13,000.
Yeah.
13,800. I got you, y'all know I go back. At least I know I have your attention.
Hey, we're paying attention.
So I want you to give me 13,800 and I'm gonna give you 1,200 every day. Is that the trade you'll make?
Heck no.
Buddy, I would do one every day and you need to share with everybody. Do these events. The bowling event is an awesome opportunity. Do your own bowling event. Everybody likes to bowl. Kids like to bowl. And if you stink, you can put bumpers on. True. Okay.
Mike, I do want to give a plug to Renee and Shelter Mortgage. Renee helped me over the phone, come together with like a game plan for supplies to get food. Publix is great for catering. Your events are super inexpensive, and I got like 3 sub platters, for like $180, and I bought some chips and cookies, and we didn't even go through half of the food, so you don't have to go all out with food.
So did you eat good the next night, right? You
I'm
feed your
eating
family.
stuff.
So actually, you take your family, take your cost down. What was the event?
I did that interview brewing, which is sadly closing. Yeah, they're supposed to, they're closing, there wasn't unfortunately, but they were great. They had private event space. You hit the minimum $400, they give it to you for free, so. You didn't hit it, so I took a bunch of grounders of beer, so. Anyways, it was fun, and Hotel Sorahan, actually, Stanley came to help out as well. They were awesome.
Yeah, so the people you're in business with matter. And so,
If you support them, they'll support you.
oh, if you support them, they will support you. It's kind of win-win. Like you have an open house or a caravan, you go support it because when you do one and you don't support people, no one comes. All right, that's the way life works. Hey, one more round of applause for Matt Nichols. He is one of the best humans in the world, and I love because he's conversational with me, and we have the best dialogue, and I love him. And I didn't mean confrontational in a bad way. We've been talking about Zillow and commission, but he always is working hard to expand and get better. And he understands he's never arrived, and I'm proud of you. Thank you. That's why we show you. All right, sorry, that's a little brief intermission. Shelter, now let's bring y'all down. Matt, Hunter, and Renee. Morning. Just remember, Renee is only here for one reason. Timing. I need you to look on her.
Miss you guys so much. I can't tell you. I'm happy to be home.
We're glad to have, welcome home. You can go to a guest house anytime, but this is your home. I love it. Oh, that is.
Want to kick us off?
Got it. Okay, I got it. All right, so rates today, we talked about this. Today was a big day, in terms of inflation numbers coming out, CPI inflation numbers. We got the figure that everyone was hoping for. Inflation. It looks like it's rapidly decreasing out to 4%. What's been odd this morning is rates haven't shot down as quickly as expected. So waiting to see kind of what news is coming out. Investors a lot of times will interpret numbers differently. So hopefully this is the start to kind of a trend down in terms of interest rates. Last week, the reason we did not see rates pull down is, of course, Bank of Canada came out and they decided they were going to increase their rates, try to slow inflation. Anytime that there's information coming out, even outside of the United States, different countries making those decisions, it does impact us. So hopefully these inflation numbers we got this morning is going to be a good trend for us. Tomorrow, another big day. We've got the Fed that meets. The expectation is that they are going to push off the rate hike in June. But there is a 70% probability that in July, they will have another rate hike. And we've seen a lot can change in a short period of time, so we'll see what comes to fruition there. Tomorrow, another inflation number will come out, which is PPI, that can also move interest rate pretty drastically. So tomorrow's a big day. One thing I wanted to go over is just speed to close and contingencies. I've had in the last 2 weeks, and I'm sure you can speak to this too, 3 different clients that started out with a different lender. Their pre-approval ended up expiring. So they were out searching with another bank or another lender for 4 months. Finally, one of you guys got them over to us and we got those people under contract. Right now, it's competitive. Being able to close, Hunter's got one he's gonna get done in 10 or 11 days.
It's 9, we don't have 41 days to close.
Yeah, being able to have the flexibility of shortening that close timeline and not worrying about actually getting it is huge. It gives you guys a lot of leverage. Last thing you want to do is be out with a client for 4, 5, 6 months showing houses, never winning the deal. So please give us the opportunity. Our goal in the position that we have to try to shorten those contingencies, financing, and then also close time to give you guys the best opportunity to win the deal.
Yeah, and then to add on to that, we do have some new products coming into the fold. So we did get down payment assistance. I know it's been a big topic of discussion in the office. It is called the Start program. So it is for FHA and conventional. One thing I think is interesting about the conventional product is if they are a first-time home buyer putting 3% down, they can get up to 5% grant for that. So it covers all 3% down payment plus 2% of the closing costs. So someone who may have just gotten a pay increase at their job, who can now afford a little bit more home, or may not have had the means to save before this, could be a great opportunity for them to get into a house and start, building that equity and appreciation in homeownership. I will say that product, the interest rate is going to be 0.5% higher than the par rate or the market rate. So market rate that they qualify for is 6.5%, then their rate for this first lien will be 7%, and the grant is a second lien that is fully amortized over 10 years, and that interest rate is going to be 2 percentage points higher than whatever their first lien is. So if they lock in at 7%, their rate for the second lien, which is the down payment assistance program grant being paid back over 10 years, will be 9%. So it's for someone who may be okay with a higher monthly payment, but they just don't have savings. You can always refinance down the road, but good opportunity for some people. And then one thing we wanted to touch on was credit enhancement. So I know you have an example. I'll go over mine over yours. I had a client who under contract, FHA loan, 594 credit score. To get to a par rate, as we talked about, it's kind of the same thing with lower credit scores and investment properties. There are not par rates at the moment because with a lower credit score, they're having to pay points to get to a certain interest rate, and there's no rate that they can qualify for without paying points. So at 594, these clients were paying 3.37 points with $15,000 for the interest rate to qualify. And again, we couldn't get them par rate. We did credit enhancement, and their buy down went from $15,000 to $4,000. So we gave them $11,000 for the interest rate. We got that done and obviously made them feel a lot more comfortable, but just moving the credit score from 594 to 610 saved them $11,000 on the interest rate. So again, not everyone has the means to do credit enhancements. Let us take a look at some of these clients that may have low credit scores or they're not happy with their quote, and we'll work with them to see if we can get it up. And then I know you had an
So yeah,
example.
I had one client that wanted to buy a condo, it was not FHA approved. FICO score was just over 590. $465 is what was needed to boost her scores up above 640. So we got her 642. That puts her in that realm of potentially being able to qualify on a conventional mortgage. Ended up not going through with that particular condo, but her buying power going FHA bumped up 45,000 due to us being able to get a lower interest rate. And now she's got flexibility. If she does find a condo, wants to add a cosigner, we can go conventional and get that house.
Yeah, and then the last thing is our Borrow Smart program. Speaking of saving money for people, so this program, we talked about it at length, the 3% down first time home buyer program. Again, there's no low level pricing adjustment. If that client has a 660 credit score, they're getting the same interest rate as someone with an 800 credit score. So this is a very interesting product. Both of the rates are going to be well below the market rate. This morning. And it's super competitive. Again, you get $3,000 grant back at closing, and it's a great product. So,
Is credit enhancement, is that just helping them tell them which loans to pay off or which debt to pay off? So
Yeah, exactly. We send it to our team within 24 hours, they come back, like a 98% success rate. If you pay down this next $200 or whatever the case is, the scores will bump up. X amount.
Depending on what they have and how many accounts they can pay off to, like if they're toward 620, we send 640, 650, 680. And it gives them 3 different examples of how much funds are needed to pay down those cards to get to that tour. So they can look at it and we can tell them the difference in the rate and say, hey, does it make sense to spend $5,000 to get to 680? So it's not gonna change your interest rate that much. We may just pay it to 640, qualify for conventional. They can only pay $500, like Matt's example, and then save them a ton of money on buying power. So it just depends on the client.
Free service.
Yeah, so you have a dedicated team that. knows
That's all they
exactly
do.
what
That's all
to
they
do.
do.
Yes, there's a man named Heath that's been doing it for New Regs for 10 years. No one's ever seen his face.
No.
It's very odd. He's always blacked out. We're trying to find a photo. God, he's unbelievable. It's a soul job. And he's got a crazy. Yeah, exactly. He's probably-
You're speaking to Jaime. Everyone else is listening.
So I need your help. June 21st, we have a CE, it's the on-site DS Murphy appraisal inspection class. I don't know if you attended last year. If you didn't, don't miss out. You actually go into a house, you split up and you get to walk around with the appraiser and an inspector and they show you everything they're looking for and benefit. You get lunch and you get free CE. So do sign up for that. I've been posting it. I'll post it again today on Facebook and don't reach out to me directly.
Can I interrupt? Because I know I was, what you just said.
Okay.
It's old age. This is one of the 5 or 4 things I tell you to do as an agent. I don't care, new, old, whatever. Add 5 to your database, talk to 5 in your database, right? 10 handwritten notes to those and preview 5 homes. Why? So that you understand the magnitude. Let me make sure that everyone in this room understands you've never sold a house. You facilitated between a buyer and a seller. They buy what they want, they get the interest rate they are working for. That's it. You need to know the anatomy of the house, silent floor system. How big are the, work with Todd, know the shingles, architect shingles, know the basement height. I've taken Mike and gone in and have no, they can go in and not have to put drop ceilings in. Y'all know these things. You can say this, it helps your buyer who doesn't understand the anatomy of a house, what weep holes are. They don't understand how it breathes on the brick. They don't. Most of you probably don't even know that. You need to know the anatomy, and going with Scott, who is an absolute pro at this, will be beneficial to your business. And I don't care if you do 50 million or 100 million a year. Every house is different, whether it be stucco, hard coat, and or synthetic. You need to know these things. What kind of bonds are on it? So this is where he'll go with the appraisal and kind of just go through that. Sorry, I just want to
No,
add
that's
that.
okay. It's an amazing class. It will fill up. I'm quite certain. So
Yes, ma'am.
get your seat. As Emily mentioned, on the 22nd, the next day, we have our bowling outing right now. We have 14 of my friends signed up to come with me.
To bowling?
Yes.
Well, I haven't signed up. I have a hard time doing that. It takes me a while,
But my rest of the friends are pretty good at that.
but I am there.
Good. Well, I suck at bowling, so I'll be cleaning up the gutters. Good is that, the more liquid I get, the more. Go that way. And then on the 26th, we have coffee talk, so I hope you'll join us for that. We are building the July calendar right now. So if there's something that you want to see on the calendar that we can bring and add value, please let us know. We talked about class this morning, the Millionaire Buyers Agents coming. We'll be bringing that mid-July, working out the date right now.
Yeah, we're bringing other agents from other offices, just so you have some thoughts. I mean, I put Matt up here to show you what it looks like to do a client appreciation. So I want to put him on stage, but I'm also going to put others on stage who are doing this at a high level. So you can just see what different, remember, you're in a realtor society and what realtors do.
And I will tell you, I was happy to help Matt. I'm here to help any of you do that. You don't have to spend money. We talked in the class that Emily and Hunter and Nina did. You know, I did a lot of low budget client appreciation events whenever I was an agent, so you don't have to have a lot of money. So
The conduit between agency and mortgage, you're the best. All right, and I love you guys. Been here, I have these ahas, as we sitting here, I'm hoping y'all have aha. Where's John Creek right here? I need the John's Creek expert, because someone came in my office the other day and I have these old man thoughts and I forget. Who came in my office the other day? Are you not in the room? Who, you work Johns Creek?
I do.
Have you sold anything recently in Johns Creek?
I had a closing last.
You had a closing last month. I know Enrique lives somewhere. Oh, Matt, it was you. Can you please share with us, and then I'm gonna let you share yours. I want you to share what you said to me yesterday.
Adam Sobel, he's an agent in the Roswell office, crushing it this year. He had a $700,000 listing in Johns Creek this past weekend. And he had like close to 100 showings. He had 20-something offers and went for 100 over his list price. So
If that doesn't get your motor fired up, nothing will. 100 over. First of all, you probably got buyers out of it, right? We want buyers. We're not, do you think y'all, see the public, that your clients think you're doing open house for them. Surprise, you're not. You're going to get more clients and more opportunities. So if you tell me business, look, go do them every weekend. Do them every weekend. If they don't work for 4 weekends, do it the 5th weekend. If they don't work then, do them 100 weekends. It doesn't matter. Keep doing it because people are coming. And that was interesting you just said that. John Creek, there's other areas, pockets doing that, but that's amazing. And then you have them talking about interest rates. And that it's crazy. 100 over. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be very bold. I'm not Nostradamus, but I'm pretty darn close. If they drop the rates, this place will go crazy.
Yeah.
It will be something you've never seen. And I think you need to know that. Matt, am I wrong in that?
No, 100%. Yeah, lower the rates, more fire pool increases, absolutely.
It will be nuts. And so why would you not tell me, hey, here's the opportunities? Just have those great dialogues. Let's keep going. Kelly's not here. Kelly's been here quite a few times. But she's not here. I know Andrew's here. What do you got for us? Married by dream.
That's good.
How many months are we in now?
Got married April 15th.
Tax it. You did that on purpose, you cheater.
I did.
Yeah. You got. You did it that way because it's a tax day. Yeah, so you never forget that day. That's what I'm saying. Never forget that day. Smart man.
Yeah, so, just wanted to talk a little bit about filing a claim with insurance. This past month, I had somebody have to file a claim with some theft on a property that they own. And it's really important to get as many pictures as you can and to get receipts on stuff that you can have receipts on. When you go to file a claim, the insurance carrier is just naturally gonna try and push down the amount of money that they give you. But if you call your, agent that you wrote the policy through, we can walk you through how to file that claim and everything. But, if you buy an insurance policy through an online carrier or, a producer that just writes a bunch of stuff and then forgets you, it could be harder to file that claim and get what you're trying to get. So if you need any help with filing a claim, let me know.
Yeah, you're the consumer, you should be in control. And if you don't like having an accident, you don't like how it goes, hey, there's great insurance carriers out there. All right, thank you, Andrew. All right, the one and only, not one and only, the two and only Sam Lucy.
Yeah.
What am I doing for that? You lost, how much weight you lost, dude?
Well, I went home to this weekend again and gained some pounds. With the sandwiches and french fries and everything.
You look good.
Yeah.
50?
You're fat, but like everyone celebrates, like, hey, you look great. You look great.
Said about my teeth, and I'm like, I have no friend, I thought I had friends, and they were like summertime teeth, some here, some were there, and they never told me. And we couldn't tell you, they look right now, right? Yeah. Thanks.
So I was thinking about that theme. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna tell you about something today, we probably need to hear. Mike mentioned it, that we've had this theme of talking about databases for how many weeks now, consecutive team meetings. But we never talked about taking action. So I thought, hey, let's take 5 minutes to actually do action with your database today, okay?
Okay.
Did you feel that?
Everybody's-
So I'm gonna share with you what's called the golden text message. Anyone hear this one before?
Yes.
Yeah, I could have been in my class before. I'm gonna share this message with you today, and I challenge you. I want you to pull out your phone, and we're gonna text 5 people. Mike just said that was one of his secrets, right? Like, add 10 people to your database, we're gonna reach out to 5 of them. So I want you to reach out, I want you to text 5 people. Now, I'm no dummy, I've taught this as a class before. I know that when I tell you to text 5 people, you're gonna text 5 people that like you don't want to get a response from. So I need you to play all in with me, okay? Here, if you can pull up your phone and scroll to the people with the last name of B. Has somebody in your phone that is the last name of a buyer, did you get it, go for a last name? Oh, that was a personal shot. It's not, don't worry. But let's play along. How many of you have the first name in your phone, the last name of the buyer? It's not actually the last name.
Name everybody in mind, whether it be lady neighbor, whether you're not Sam Jackson, you're Sam Tech.
Yeah, oh, God, he's so bad. Yeah. I need to get out of that. Yeah, so I encourage you, if you have anyone with the last name of buyer or seller, I want you to use this text message. If by some chance you do not have a buyer or seller for the last name of your phone, I want you to just go to J for Jackson. I want you to text 5 people with the last name that begins with J. I'm assuming you all have at least 5 people.
Sam Jackson.
Now. So if I get a text from you, I'm gonna keep giving a shit. Keep giving a shit for this, all right? So here's the message I want you to send. It's a 2-part question, but it's 1 text, okay? Follow along with me. Do you have any questions about the changing real estate market? And have your real estate needs changed?
Real estate market.
Do you have any questions about the changing real estate market? And have your real estate needs changed? Now, I teach this as a class, and there's another text that goes with this. We call it the golden text, the golden text workshop. And what I found is that as I'm teaching that in a full 30-minute or an hour course, the phone goes off immediately. We get responses. Now, what's your response if somebody replies to that? What's your goal? Joe said, say it like that.
Get a meeting.
Yes, I don't care what the response is. It should be, hey, it sounds like we should meet.
Yeah, I would do it, I wanna do a deep dive with that person now, I wanna get down to what they're looking for.
Yeah.
I call my deep dive.
Yeah, so I've taught this, I've gone through every emotion that you have on the opposite side of the training room. And what you're thinking of all the things that we don't want to say to them, the responses, but your goal here is to send that text message to 5 people. And go for the appointment, no matter what they say, it says, hey, I think now's a great time, even if you're saying no, I think it's a good time that we at least meet and reevaluate that looks like where you do have real estate. Because right now it's still the best time that we're gonna see in the foreseeable future to buy a home. Or invest in real estate, sell your home, upgrade, downgrade, whatever.
All right, so what's the section? Do you have any questions about it?
Do you have any questions about, your handwriting is here, we can read that. Yes. Do you have any questions about the changing real estate market? And have your real estate needs changed? Send that text and text me when you get a listing or buy a product, okay? Really straight. Really straight.
We need a copy of this.
Okay. Now, I would send that to anyone that has a last name of buyer or seller, because obviously your context of that person is purely real estate related. So, yeah, that's my tech tip.
That is huge. Hey, who does a video? And if I didn't send it to you, it's not, don't take it personal. It means you're not on Facebook or didn't show me, or it was a weekend and I generally don't know. Who's ever got a birthday video from me? Do y'all know that I do that for every day for people? Now my daughter's doing it. Do you know that people like respond that's impacting people? Think about that. Do the same thing. Just do a video and you will see the leads flow into that. And I'm not doing it, but it just happens because you care.
It's such a little activity, right? It's such a huge impact. And again, I don't want to downplay this because I know the emotions that you felt whenever some people off your phone or impact people, like felt that, right? Like we all hungered. But if you can just have like the bravery for about 20 seconds in that text message out, you're going to grow your business. Like, it's just activity.
You know, the coolest thing I see the people's agent sitting there. If you don't know who he is, you just look at him, they'll tell you exactly who he is. He did a class last week and I think 20 people, 30 people were in your class. How many? And then here's the cool part. He made it an action item when they all went, who went door knocking with it? What happened at the first door? There we got the lead, it came through. At the first door, I'm like, dude, you're a hero. He had no idea, it just happened that way. it's getting out of your comfort zone. And you gotta do these things, because you wanna plunge your life at a high level.
And be brave for 20 seconds. Yeah, I know, every single one of you be brave for 20 seconds to pick up a text message, you got this.
Yeah, most of you are married, got a partner, whatever it may be. You were turned down at one time in your life.
Several times.
Thank God I did, because I knew, it's like Garth Brooks said, thank God for unanswered prayer, that I got my girl, right? But she turned me down too. They broke up with me, but we won't talk about that. That's another story, because she's in the room. But you know, that happens. It happens. So Billy says, you know, it's okay. Next,
That's it.
Next.
Next one up.
next one up. Just do it. Yeah. All right, that's all I got. Let's see what you got. You just pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Ruthie, you're in the house. All right, so I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna embarrass her right now. And she's gonna get mad at me, and I'll take it, but she's bigger than me, but yeah. But I wanna know that, this, Ruth and I have been together for 20 years. You might know that, some of you do. She has been my confidant for a long time. In the last, for 20 of those years, 18 of them, she's very private. Wouldn't tell me things happening behind the scenes. But now as she gets a little younger, she knows the power of prayer and how much it matters. And I want you to know, she's been, but y'all probably don't know, whoever asked her a question, but her husband's had some medical issues and she's had to take those. I say you continue to pray for her family, pray for her, and you can send her a text, because she's gonna respond to you. I don't know if you don't, if you've done something wrong, she's probably gonna yell at you still. But I want you to know how much we appreciate you and love you. You've been doing this for 20 years with me. And you never stop when I try to put pause on you. And I know this week was a tough week for you, personally.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it very much. And he's right about that, because like when my husband, well, when they came with the EMS, they said, we have to go with Sours Blake, and you come when you can. So, I mean, we've had a lot of things over the years, but that kind of scared him. So, I did, and then they wouldn't let me go in. So, but it's amazing, because not only prayer, but the right people. We went to the hospital. I didn't want to go to my home. I'm not going to go to that hospital. It's just not the best hospital. It's a hospital you have to go to the best trauma center. So we went to North Fulton, and they put him in intensive care. He got a nurse that was with him 24 hours. I'm not kidding. He was just one of the patients in there, but she was just absolutely amazing. She was a wonderful person. She witnessed while he was waiting in there, but he's fine. He came home Friday night. Now he's fine.
We're all, we hope we get to that. Because the only thing we have in common is we're all gonna die. I'm sorry, that's the truth. And what you said about someone serving somebody for 24 hours, who are you serving? Who are you taking care of? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Say, agents, be very careful about communication. And if we don't have communication, we will lose our clients. We had an agent that got fired this week, right before closing. And because this agent did not communicate with the client, the client would send her a question, she didn't get it for 24 hours. It was just ridiculous. Then when I got involved, the agent wasn't communicating with me either. So it's just something that you have to be very right on top of. You have, obviously, all of you have clients, but if you're in a situation where you're working on a contract, or you're trying to get, you have to communicate with people. So in this case, I hope it's a good learning and for the agent, but it costs us money, and it costs that fire money, because the fire paid for the inspection, the fire paid for all these things, and the seller did not pay. So is that I even turned down on the bill because I was in the middle of all the stuff my husband. You couldn't say. So
So let me ask you all this question. Can you get fired?
Yes.
Hold on, let me rephrase the question. You're under contract, you're about to close. Can you get fired?
The agent can never.
Thank you, finance. They can't fire you. Now, the agent can get fired, where's it gonna go to? And you're not gonna get fired, by the way. If they're firing you, I would have already fired you, by the way. Make sure y'all have no bones about that. If they're firing you, I would have already fired you. That means you're not a culturally fit, but you are. And when it went sideways, I got your back. I'll close the deal out and I'm gonna pay you. Just worry about that. So take the high road and just pass it on. We've had a couple over the years. I take it, I run it, because I know who you are. Take the high road. All I'm saying that.
Well, in most cases, that is, in this case, it was.
I said that to you. I said, hey, they can do whatever they want, I guess.
Well,
But
we
they
did
can't, with the broker, we own it, and we'll close it out, and I will still pay my agent everything, because I'm in business with good people.
Well, we did take it over, but it was just done.
Yeah, I got you, understand. We love you, that's all I want to say. You ready? Yes, I need you to talk, yes, ma'am.
I've already gotten a response, Sam.
He had to leave.
Wait,
I've
wait,
already
wait.
gotten a response.
What is the appointment?
Well, it's someone that I'd spoken with and then hurricane hit her house, so they were not able to put their house on the market down there. And I've spoken to her a couple of times since, just checking in, but she said that the cage was finally put back on the pool last week. Now it's time to get ready to sell that one, and she's busy today, but let's talk on the phone soon to discuss what she needs.
When you come to sit down with me, that's all I'm gonna say to you. Y'all, real estate is very simple. So it's not easy. You just gotta do the activities, same thing. All right, guys, go ahead. I'll keep talking.
Quick question, Allison. So how much quicker of an answer do you get from that person because of this text this morning? When were you?
Well, I wouldn't have passed.
Tell me if she was in the.
Well, the last thing we texted was, April,
And what's her first name to get on my?
Willeen,
How many? How many?
Willeen's.
Within. I want to know how many buyers or clients or sellers do you have in your pipeline that could easily be approached by a text, by a call, and you be going on an appointment this week or this afternoon? Right? So just so quick about it. Can I ask another person?
Pass out. Good luck. I like all these people in this room. All right.
So yesterday, we had an amazing meeting. Where's Ms. Amano?
Yes,
She
thank
is,
you.
right?
Thank you for everybody that came to
Thanks
the.
for putting that together. We had an excellent discussion. People actually talking. We wanted more conversations, but they were actually talking about stats, right? That's something that's gonna happen every second Monday of the month.
We got that worked out? Yeah.
You every month.
Correct. And, to be announced, but we're looking at, Mondays, we'll figure it out. My question to you is, where were you yesterday? Right?
Yeah.
Because we bring these things to you. And and if you're doing business, please, business to express it all day long. But if not, where were you yesterday? Because that was information that you could use right this minute, this week, to talk to your clients, to set up appointments. People about selling property, bring the market, buyers, get people on the fence, right? So, sorry if I'm lashing out, but again, we put this thing together for you guys, and we need the audience, right? So anyways, because we did stats yesterday, I'm not gonna bore you with additional stats, I'll do that next Tuesday when I get back.
You're gonna Cancun this week? Woo, Mark. Well, why are you going to Cancun?
My wife is making.
Take me.
$200 to go on vacation. Just a heck out of here. Seriously, all of it. I just took my first trip. Sometimes y'all might not see me. I'm in Austin a couple of times, but my first trip to the beach was this weekend in Tybee Island. And I came back. Y'all feel the energy coming out of me? And life ain't always just what you think it is. right? It's soothing. Soothing, yeah. Yeah, because I needed to break through I needed to collect my thoughts, and in my case, and kudos to you for taking that month off, like that almost a month. Probably not gonna handle them, but I can definitely handle quite a few short vacations in the year. I can also take 5 or 6 in the past. So I definitely like those, fly per minute, but do whatever works for you. I mean, that's the bottom line. Yeah, that's whatever it takes for you to recharge, whatever it takes for you, just get out of the rut. If you reset. Yes, sir. So whatever you do that and schedule, go ahead.
I just want to say one thing on that. If you guys are gonna take vacation, get somebody to cover your stuff.
Yeah.
Like, get somebody to handle it so you can have a true vacation for a couple reasons. Number one, you need to relax and chill out and not be focused on business. And number two, you don't want to drop the ball, because I was just dealing with an agent who was on vacation twice during our transaction and was not getting back, wasn't getting the things we needed, almost delayed. It was a mess. So get people to cover your
All right,
vacation.
let me hit y'all between the eyeballs real quick. Every one of you, because I love you. LB's best friend, y'all know she went home to a funeral, 39 years old, on vacation with his family, 2 young kids, didn't wake up.
No.
This happened, she was out of town, that's why she went to that funeral. Back at home from Charlotte, didn't wake up, 39 years old, heart attack. You guys gotta understand, quit making everything about business, because no one cares. When did Steve Jobs had said, I wish, or you always, I wish it would have. See, I'm telling you, take a vacation, get away. Actually, your business will grow, and you will go bananas with business, I promise you, but it happens every time. Happens every time. Like, sorry, I just want to share that. That's fine. Then I got one more quick thing about vacation. So I want to prove or confirm a myth that we have. Go on vacation to see how many leads you get, but your vacation, right? It's happened to me at every occasion. I need you to come talk to me about listing our house today. Well, I'll do that, when I get back, that's gonna happen. So welcome to real estate, right? So, quick thing. We're not gonna talk stats for a second, so we're gonna talk about what to do, because I've been having that conversation. I had people approach me in the last week, 2 weeks, and more so than ever, how do I get this thing going? Taking the classes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. How do I get things going? I'm not getting traction, right? The initial response is gonna be, well, are you really doing everything that it takes, right? Are you really attending the sessions? And more importantly, not just attending the sessions, but taking action, right? That's what's gonna make the difference. Because I can tell you, the people that are actually doing the activities are getting the result. You mentioned Sandy at the beginning about the listing coming soon, signed, and soon posted. What you don't know is that you're taking how many listings this week?
I have,
This-
well, I'm leaving for vacation next Thursday, and within that week, I have 3 lists.
Are you from here? What do you call home?
I mean, I've lived here for 30 years.
Okay, that was.
That doesn't
Don't
quite,
say it.
yeah, that doesn't.
You see activities somebody's doing at home. One of the country clubs here, and got a response from an agent saying, wait a second, are you farming that neighborhood? Right? And even though it wasn't for a client, what was our response to you, Richie? They're talking about you, right? That's a good thing. And guess what? The chatter will continue. The activities, talk to the people, do your farm, all your contacts, right? But anywho, we have this, and it's short, I promise. This thing I put together for you guys.
They know that I've gone over all the time, because I just talk.
I know, I'm sorry. Balance each other, so that's a good thing, right? So 6 quick ways to grow your business and actually thrive in this market, right? And it's gonna be a little boring, but it makes sense. So let's go with slide number 1. Do you read all that? You can read that. So make it personal, right? Business is about people, we're the people business, right? We're the relationship business, right? Now it's time to move away from generic newsletters. I love what we do, and it's a balance, right? Command is great, Lucy, no offense, right? But if we happen to have the same person in the database, if you and I know the same person, right, Matt? They may be getting, something similar from us, right? So as long as not everything is the same, and you add your touch, and you add your phone calls, and your events, and you do it differently, people don't mind, right? They do mind when everything is the same, right? So own your brand. When you create a weekly or monthly newsletter, e-newsletter, inject your personality into it. Use your voice for social media posts. Not generic. Oh, man, and I've been guilty of it. When you find a quick, what do we say on Black Day? What do we say on 4th of July? Make it quick because I need to post something, right? And every now and again, it's okay, but when you can, and you should most of the time, own the narrative, right? Make it your own. Some easy ways to inject your personality into your marketing include telling a story, using humor, good taste, please, leveraging nostalgia, engaging with your audience, and simply being human. Remember, your audience is more sophisticated than ever and knows when you're using a generic template versus employing your own voice. Number 2, capture the easy wins. This market is tough. No two ways about it. So ensure you're working with easy wins. Make sure you take the time to optimize your profiles on all platforms. When did you do that? When did you do that last? When was the last time you checked every picture, every piece of information? Are you still with the old company, right? We're all guilty of that, right? Agent-based and social media based. Showcase your talents and skill sets. Don't lose out on potential leads just because they didn't know you were a real estate agent. Also, ensure you add substance and specifics to your profiles, not just fluff. For example, which profile would you rather choose as your agent? I help people find their next home. Or in the past year, I've been honored to help over 20 individuals and families find homes that fit their needs and budget. If you haven't had any business, office, our group of agents, my team of agents helped 222 families last month alone. Isn't that worth sharing? Yeah, right? So you got the numbers, you got the stats. I would ask you this, can we break this down to a 3-part series? Like, we'll talk about these 2 today, then move to like when you come back from Cancun, I want the next 2. Let's do a 3-part series. I just afraid we're gonna get going. And this is so important. It's very important. I don't want to read past that. Yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. But so what do you see there? Is that anything new? Is that anything you haven't heard before? But the question is, are you doing it? Yeah, are you doing those simple things? Are you sending the quick texts because Sam suggested it? Well, Sam was in the car leaving and he just came back. He's like, oh my God, I just heard Lucy called me. Boom, and here he is. Lucy texted me and I'm like, I'm turning around Meadow Bridge. I'm carrying you back here.
Yeah.
Need to hear her.
Name is Jeff, he said, responded, we're waiting for markets to come back, but we'll probably downsize in the next couple of years. Guys, this guy is not, he's gotten my 36 months, but I haven't reached out to say, hey, how are you doing?
I got
You want to know about the state market?
Yeah, so to respond to that, Marla, it's like, hey, great, it sounds like you may have some misinformation on one of these over. But like, if you're getting information, it sounds like we should meet. Like, all you're doing is you're going for the kill, you're going for the point. That freaking easy. Be brave for 5 seconds. Like, you see the proof here, like you had a fellow agent do this. This is why the top producers in this room, they did the activity. Do it. No excuses. Yeah, I gotta run.
And we're not in the market right now, but I'll be reaching out in a couple of years.
And quick thing, I was.
Girl in high school.
And I know you have specifically, but what are we looking at volume wise?
You know what? I don't remember what she's looking for, the one that's coming from Florida. But
At least 500,
I would imagine.
right? So
Yeah.
at least 200.
And then the other one, the house that she has right now is probably, I would say, 700.
So that's 1.2, $1.5 million. Because you made.
Okay. Well, I've sent quite a few, so.
That's $45,000. Let's just do math, man, right? Well, thank you. And we're gonna change your series. It's gonna be a 3-part series. We're gonna each week. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're gonna. Let's do the 3 and 4. You gonna be here next week? You're gonna make it good. Okay. And so next week, we'll do 3 and 4, and then the following week, we'll do 5 and 6 first line, and then we'll do that. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, let's go. I don't care how much volume you do, you only pay him as you go, but he's gonna throw little nuggets to make you think differently in this market and to do business. And if you see, I mean, he's one of the, he understands how to sell real estate at a high level. All right, I'm gonna do cappers real quick, because this is the greatest tool that we have. If we completely cap, Mike's gone, man, I've lost some people. All right, Ken, Tamara, capper, congratulations, Ken. Mike Pappas. And then that's you. Oh, my very my good friend. Mr. Allen. And it just like, it warmed my heart. I appreciate it. What are you thinking about me? I love you. Thank you. More than you know. Thank you. All right, coming there. She ain't here. I don't see her. Don't clap for her. You got pictures.
Not the,
I would say
not of
the word.
everybody, just.
I'll say the worst when I can. You're pulling that bunch of words. I do something really quick. And this is, that's what I'm trying to see. And how people inspire me. And I really want, because I don't really know her that well. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna embarrass you. Will you come up and say, you make one second? Yeah, come here. I don't, please don't leave Carrie, you can sit, take 2 seconds. You gotta sit. I know you gotta go, but I want you to understand this lady right here. What's your name?
Donna,
Dana? Where are you from?
I'm from Eritrea, which is in East Africa.
How many languages do you speak?
4.
What is your first language?
It's called Tigrinya, it's Eritrean language.
What do you speak now all the time?
English.
How long did you learn that?
4 years.
Wow. I do business with you because you are phenomenal. I cannot wait to see what you do for this world. You're an incredible individual, and I appreciate the people that stayed and Carrie, you can leave now. I just wanted to get this individual just warmed my heart, and you're gonna do great things for this world. And I know that you're so smart. So you're on stage. This is your team.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, and she's 4 years and it's. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, classes.
Okay, classes. So today and tomorrow are fairly quiet because Thursday is pretty slam packed. Remember on Tuesday nights, as always, we've got the case score and first session on Zoom. Tomorrow is bilingual sessions on contracts. I'm sorry, in Spanish. I thought you were going to say something. That's why. Okay.
I don't know how to write Spanish.
Thursday, there's a bunch going on. Check appointments with Tyler at 10 o'clock, ALC, everything commercial with Cravens. If you want to know what's going on with commercial, if you're interested in that area, come on in and join Cravens. I believe there is a panel for that of our commercial agents. Sorry, wait.
Well, Juneteenth, the 19th office, we observe that day. The office will be open to you if you need to come in, but we will not be here as a staff.
Correct.
And
If you are in KW Luxury, there is a special thing with Kay Evans at the Roswell Market Center. You do need to be in KW Luxury Division for that. And then Aubrey will be here on Thursday to do part 3 of this cash flow club. On Friday is the 36 touch program, and this is 3CE with Andy and Leslie. We have lunch coming as well. That is a fantastic class that talks about getting your business, marketing to your people.
that's the one thing I
Wouldn't miss that.
I would
Yes.
miss it.
Yeah, for sure. As Mike said, Monday is Juneteenth, office staff will be out, so if you're coming in the office, make sure you bring your keys. And then to mark your calendars, a lot of this stuff has been on here, we've talked about headshots, is that next week already, is the 20th next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are headshots, the 20th after team meeting. On the class field trip that Renee talked about, there's the link on there, that little QR code to sign up, it's also in our weekly newsletter. Also coming up in Focus Plus, and then bowling is right there as well.
in Quantum for Kids and like camp, up in August.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
Art, take us away, so everyone don't throw tomatoes at me.
Hey, good morning, beautiful people of Chattanooga, and happy Gratitude Tuesday. It's another great day to be alive, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So first and foremost, a big shout out to all the award winners and cappers because your hard work and dedication and exceptional performance have set you apart, and your achievements inspire us all to reach higher and push the boundaries of success. Just want to share just a quick story real quick. I went door knocking this weekend. And I knocked on this lady's door. We were having a conversation for, gosh, at least 10 minutes, and she never opened up the door. Finally, she did, and she let me in, and I put a big smile on my face, and I said, "Thanks, Mom." So,
You
so
gotta start somewhere.
you gotta start somewhere. So, yeah, so, but on the real tip, we're gonna end this short, 'cause I know we're running over time. So let's just think big, aim high, act bold. Peace and love, Chattanooga. Love you.
If you're here, you have to be present to win the wine. That's what you do. You stay here to listen to me rant, and I appreciate that. So let's draw.
Lester, did everybody put a card in that wants a card in?
You have to be present to win. So someone in this room, outside of Brian, is going home with Can anybody of all the eyes I've looked at guess who this card is?
Allison.
I'm scared, actually. It's one more.
I mean,
No, it's Richie.
No.
Thank you. The face come see me, you get a drink. All right. Have a blessed day. Go win the day. Sorry.